Good day, everybody, and this is a rather short video tutorial of just doing some bit of practice on how we can code on Visual Basic. And the program that we want to do now is a program to quote-unquote crack passwords or to see your password. You can always have this option, for example, when you're typing in your user name and your password to any account that is secured, you have that option of seeing your password. So that is what we want to do today. So quite fast, we'll maybe have a label here and two more labels, and then we can have two buttons, and then we can then finally have text boxes, so like that. Quite fast. Right here, I'm not sure if we're able to see this window. This window is an Explorer, Solution Explorer window, but it is also having the property window here. So if you're not able to see these options here because of the picture that is at the bottom right here, then just know when I click here, I'm clicking on the properties window or the Solution Explorer. So it's either way. So I can, for example, just bring it down this way, and then I can decide to have this option, so it's going to be there. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to label this password crack program, password viewing program. So that is not bad. So I can have it that way, and then here I can decide to have something like a username. These are just labels, and then after username I can have now the password here, password, and then this is okay, we can say password view or view, you can call it view, and this one we can say exit maybe, or hide password, so like that. So we can always stretch these things because we have not limited the properties, especially the properties to do what, so to be enlarged. So view password, so that is it. You remember here we were coming to the property window, and then we had this password car, and then this is where we will use this asterisk. And then if we try this program, for example, if we run it, so far no code, it's only a matter of controls. So we have the program here. We can always have let's say it's Marky, and then we can always have the password hidden, and then we want to click here and view this password here, or click here and either hide this password. That's what we might be doing for this class. Now to my program, I think the best thing for me to do is either to name this control, or we need just to know what names are given. For example, this is text box 2. We can call it text password text box 2, password text. So if you call it password text, we know that it's the text box that handles all the passwords. And then this one, we're not going to use it. Let it just stay text box 1. This is the most important one. And this view password, we can call it view password button. We can say it's view password button. It's quite a long name. You can just make them short, and this one can also be called hide pass. Now, why it's important to name these controls is that when there are so many, during coding, it becomes easy for you to know and track your control and code the right place. And it's good programming practice to do that. So now we know that we have view password. So this is what we really want. So this is text box, okay, password text. This is where we're going to pass our password. So we can double click on this control, and we get into this subroutine, let me call it that way, which is called view password button. So the event here is click. So what happens here, we want to accept the password that is going to be passed inside this text. So, and this text box is password text, and it handles text. Let me call it that way. So I can say it here that password is equals to let me do something quickly, very important, though I didn't want to start with it. In this programmer, we will need a variable. A variable is nothing but a placeholder inside memory, or a storage space that is allocated for programming. So in Visual Basic, to declare variables, we use the keyword dim. So if we use the keyword dim, and then we call that variable password as we can say either string, we are going to pass in string, then that means that anything we pass in there, inside quotes, it's going to be accepted. So what happens here? So we have password is equals to this text box that will handle the string. We call it password text. So we can double click here. So password is equals to password text dot text, meaning all the text that is going to be input in this text box is going to be passed into a memory or into a variable, which is called as a password. And now we can display that in a message box, and then we can say that your password is like that. So what happens here is that we want to show the password inside a message box. That means that the values that will be sent from this text box into the variable will be displayed. This ampersand sign here, just before the name password here, is just used to concatenate or to bring two text together. So let's run this program and see if it works. Okay, it's all green, hoping that everything is fine. Now we have our program here. So right there we can go and say that the username is Maki, and then the password we can say it is comp 220 bit 201. So that's our long password. So I want to view the password. When I do that, we have our password shown here, comp 280 and bit 281, and then we can now say okay. So that's how we can view passwords. Now I was just trying to see if it's possible for us now to modify this program into something else. For example, in many times we always see that there's something like an I just next to this password character. So this I is always something like a picture. So I have brought to the form a picture, and this picture I'm going to be able to do what? To download an image and put it there. Now, for example, I have already done that. If you go to icon finder, you can get any icon you want. So I wanted an icon of an eye. So you can have this one, or the one that you've seen up there, or even this one over here. All these icons, we can always download them. Now, if I download it, I can use it for my experiment here. So I have, there it is. I can cut it, and then I can paste it just right here on the desktop. Paste this icon on the desktop. We know it's of an eye, and then I can go back to my program, and then right here I can come to the property window, and then I can come to a property by the name image. So I can click on image, and then I can import this image, and this image I have it right at the desktop. We have, this is the image, and then I can open it. If I open it, okay, this is the one. I can now say okay, hoping it's going to come. It has, I think, appeared here, only that it's too big. So let me say I want to stretch this image. Okay, there it is. So that means I'm able to resize it so that it can suit me or suit my experiment. So that is something close to what we always see. This is a picture box. If you see here, it's called as picture box 1. So picture boxes are supposed to help us get pictures. Now, if I click on it right here on the form, I'll come to picture box 1 subroutine, and an event associated with this picture box is a click. So that means if we click on the picture box, then something can happen. So that means we can program it to show us the password. That's what I thought. So that if, for example, you're running this program like this, right? You're running the program, and then you have your password here. If we click right here on this I, we're supposed to see the password. That's what I want us to try and see. Now, I just stopped there. So what happens? I can double click on this picture box, and I can state what has been happening up here. I can also say here that dim password as string. Just want to utilize that again. Okay, and then I can say here password is equal to. Now we know very well that this text box that have the password is called as password text. That's the name of the password. So I can say password text dot text, meaning that we're going to collect information and store it in the password. Now I'm going to do something that with time I think we will talk about and that's I'm going to use a control structure. Now I will say if picture box 1 dot enable is equals to true, then something needs to happen. Then text box 1 or 2, no, it is password text, then password text dot text dot password car is equals to that. Then we can end it. I'm going to explain that. So this is a password text dot text is equals to password. What ideally I'm trying to do here, I'm just trying to say that this picture box, if it's enabled, let's say by clicking or doing something, then the password character of this text box is removed. I state that we don't have anything there. That's why I have two quotes that have got nothing inside. So it's like I'm removing that ability to see the password character, or this text box will not have the password character. And after removing this ability to hide the password, then we know very well that our password was stored in password. So this password will be brought into this text box. So we are supposed ideally to see what is happening in there. So let's, for example, run our program, hoping everything is fine. So I can say the username, of course, it's Maake, and then the password here, it is bit, and then comp 220 and 201. So if I come to this picture box, I click, then definitely I see the password. So I have been able to see the password. On the other hand, if I view the password here, I can also view it on a message box. So this, I can press OK here, and this is what we usually see in our Facebook. Now I want to finally do what? Ensure that when I double click this hide password, my password will be hidden and will not be able to see it. So that's the final thing that I want us to do for this program. So here we have our code. So I will come to this control. This control is called hide password button. So if I click on it, then it is easy for me now to do what? To state that I want this text box. This text box is called password text to have password character. So I would do this password text dot password character is equals to, inside quotes I can put now my asterisk. So I'm just trying to like enable to ensure now when I click this button, hide password, then it's going to ensure that my password is hidden. So if I run this program, there it is. So what is happening, I'm having a username here, let's say it's Maki, and then the password I can say it is let me write great and many other things there. That's my long password. I can view it here. I have great and then many other things coming, or I can view it right there. Then I can close it like that. And if I want to hide this password, I can click here and it is hidden. So that is how we can hide and show passwords. So this program comes to an end, and we will learn about control structures. We'll learn also about data types, and then apart from data types, we'll learn about other controls which are very important in this course. Otherwise, thank you.